Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here. Welcome to my review for Kamen Rider Saber, episode 44. My first regular episode individual review since a long time, since I've been doing catch-ups. And then last week we did mustards. No, last week we did the crossover episode. So since there's only a few episodes left, I will just record them individually and then, you know, finale review and series review and all that. But since there's only a few left, might as well go ahead and go for it. So, if you recall, before we were rudely interrupted by an unnecessary crossover, Storius got the big power. It kind of really cut us off at an awkward place, but that's where we open up. Storius has the big power. He transforms with his new power book as Kamen Rider Storius. And I like the suit, I do. It's not my favorite. There's a lot of good Saber designs, I think, a lot of ones I really like. This isn't up there in my favorites, but I think it's perfect for what it's supposed to be. It looks menacing, the transformation looks menacing, it's kind of more based off of his monster form, very reminiscent in that sense of the Drive Roymude Rider type things, so I dig that. And then he's like, I have the ultimate power! I can summon old Jedi-looking monks. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? But it turns out he's actually summoning the 4 sages, and they're actually quite a threat once they fight and transform, because they're the ones that the Saber Order, or whatever, Logos, base their fighting style off of. So they actually are a threat to them in combat. And so that's pretty much the beginning of the episode. It's kind of like big finale feeling fight stuff, but then it peters off when he leaves and they're kind of waiting for the final battle. And the rest of the episode is a very quiet, more character-driven episode, kind of like the calm before the storm, setting the table type of episode. And I still really enjoyed it. Like, the stuff at the beginning was really enjoyable. Good pickup from the cliffhanger we left off of 2 weeks ago. But I really liked that they took a minute to slow down. You know, Saber has had more character moments as we've gone along, but it's a very fast-paced series. Oftentimes, character beats and entire characters get left behind. So it was really nice to actually have a moment to quiet down and sort of show us everyone's situation and everyone that they care about and the sort of stakes for everybody, and just kind of give you a feel for what everyone's fighting for and why they're fighting before we get into the final battle. And right after this battle, you know, you have Toma and them back at the base giving an inspirational speech about that. Like, this is our stories, we gotta protect our stories and who's in it. And then you kind of get like a montage of everybody going around talking to people that are important to them and kind of highlighting what's important to them. This is a really weird comparison. I don't know why. It reminded me of the scene in Mystery Men before they fought Casanova Frankenstein and they're all going to their families and preparing for the final battle. I mainly just really wanted to talk about Mystery Men. Don't correct me, it sickens me. Particularly, I highly recommend Mystery Men. If you're thinking, should I watch Kamen Rider Saber? Like, Saber's not bad, but it's no Mystery Men. So you have, I don't remember who it was that recruited, but the brother and sister combo from the crossover recruited. We got all their character beats in the crossover. If you're interested in any sort of character beats from Sabella and her brother, go watch the crossover one. But we get to see them recruited. I believe it's Kento that recruits Ren. We kind of highlight that he's at a resolution after his confrontation with, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name, not Storia, Decash, there we go. And he's carrying the Phoenix Saber. I'm kind of curious if he's going to transform into Phoenix next week. I don't know, but he's definitely going to be wielding it. But that happens. We have Ryoma talking to Megumi, and he's clearly going to confess some sort of feelings afterwards. We get to see Buster with his family. We get to see Buster and Slash sort of bonding a little bit before the battle, kind of back at the base getting ready and all that stuff. And then we get some really nice scenes with Kento and Toma at the tree, and then Luna shows up and they're like, hey, if we reenact a scene from our childhood, she'll turn into an adult so this friendship isn't weird. So she finally transforms into an adult version of herself, and they kind of reminisce and talk about things. And they were just some really nice scenes that kind of highlighted that storyline and the bond they've had throughout the series. And Toma gets all emotional and apologizes for his mistakes. And they promise to all be together forever, which is short-lived because then she starts disappearing a little bit. Just like the other guys from Wonder World are. They're all kind of sort of ghosting as Wonder World starts to take over and all this chaos is happening. But I thought it was just a set of really nice scenes that set the table for the conflict. And then we kind of go into this last end scene of all the swordsmen, you know, they're all walking together, and as they walk by other ones, they join them. And it's a really cinematic scene. I thought it was not overly like for the whole episode, but it felt like a very cinematic episode, like just the lighting in certain scenes with Toma and Luna and all them, and just the recruiting scenes, and then this final scene of them all walking together in this lineup, and then the final shot of them in the sunset. Like they extended the episode by not having the traditional dance theme. You can always tell because the credits start rolling, so we could have this extended scene, and it was just really nice. Like, it was really cinematic. I thought there was a lot of weight to it. I really liked the way it looked. Like, this wasn't your most like, oh my god episode, like everything big's happening, but it was a great great table setting episode. Like I said, I like that we took a minute to slow down and focus on the characters for a minute to sort of give you a feel for the stakes they all have going into this final battle. I thought it was really nice, a very enjoyable episode. I'm glad that they took the time to have an episode like this, because like I said, Saber's pacing at times can be a little bit fast for my taste. So I would give this episode a 4. I actually really liked it. It had good action at the top, and then good character moments that sort of highlighted pretty much everyone's journeys in some form, or their journey they're going to be on going into the final battle. And I'm looking forward to seeing the endgame. I think we're in for a very exciting endgame, and then I'm looking forward to Revice. But what did you guys think of this episode? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps, ring that bell so you can catch my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.